Hi, and welcome to day 20, what are we at? Day 22. Almost there. For this one, it's still a bit wet. I thought we would make cute little sleds. And this is just the construction part. I may add a little bit, not this big. Oh, here's a smaller piece. I may add, I don't know, maybe I won't. I may just leave it plain. I was going to say I may add a little bit of greenery and a berry, but, or a bell. I don't know. Let's see. Just find the bells look cute on everything. If I could stick that in there just for a sec. I don't know. We'll see. I'll worry about making the sleds first. So for the sled part, all I'm using are popsicle sticks from the dollar store and wooden clothespins from the dollar store. And some red paint. I mean, you could have yours all wood if you prefer, but I'm doing mine with red paint. I'm using cadmium red medium hue, and then I'm taking some distress spray stain in walnut, and I went over the entire thing, so it gives the red a more rustic, grungy coloring to it, more old, which I like. And I'm using a piece of twine. And because you know how you're sliding and you hold on to the rope, so it's like that, but also you can hang it from the Christmas tree from that. So I made it a little bit longer than what you would if you were using it, holding onto the sled. So we're going to need one clothespin, like for each sled. We'll use one clothespin. We're going to need 2 full-length popsicle sticks. And then, I don't know how many, let's see how long this is. Minus the curved edge. So that's 4 inches. So we'll probably still need, and we'll have some leftovers. I'm not sure how many. I'll try to take note on this one that I make, how many we actually use, how many popsicle sticks we use for each sled, because I just kept grabbing a popsicle stick and cutting them. I didn't try to get as many cuts out of one stick as I could. But we will need 2 that are full length. We'll need 3 pieces, and I trim off the curved edge for all of them except for these. But we will need 3 pieces at 1 5/8 of an inch, and that's for, they have no curved edge. That's for the back, right here and right here. And then we'll have 2 pieces at 2 3/4. That's these. And then 2 pieces at 3 1/4, which are these. So they have one curved edge left on them. So to start, I'm going to paint my red pieces. So we're going to want those painted red. And I wonder, 1, 2, we'll need at least 2 of those, because you can't get 3 pieces out of 1. So I'm going to paint 2, and then we want 2 full-length ones. So 4 popsicle sticks and 2 pieces of clothespin to be painted red. I find it easier to paint them before putting it all together. Now this one you don't have to bother painting the underside because that's going to have a popsicle stick attached to it. But do paint the sides and the top. I just dip my brush in water now and then, because painting wood, it just soaks up the paint. So it's actually easier if your paint is a little bit runny. If it just gives the wood a stain look instead of an actual painted look, that looks fine as well. Remember, it's just a Christmas ornament that's going to have a layer of stain over it. So if you don't get perfect coverage, it's going to be totally fine because the stain will take care of it. You know, just give it an old, worn, rustic look, which a well-used sled would have anyway. I'm going to need more paint. The ring from the bottle. Lots of paint on it. So I'm just going to paint the whole thing, well, on one side. The one needs both sides painted, but I'll paint the back one once it's glued on. So I'm just painting one side and the edges of all the sticks. And once they're cut, well, I guess you don't have to worry about painting that edge because that'll get cut and then you can add paint once it's cut to size. I am going to get as close to the edge as possible. And while I'm thinking of it, just in case a certain somebody is watching, hi Paul, I hear you like my videos. I hope you heard that. If not, I'm sure your wife will come and get you so you can have a listen. You don't have to watch the whole entire video unless you want to make some with me. I think you should. I think you should run to the store, get some supplies, and sit down and make some. I know you guys don't get snow there for Christmas, but, or anytime really. But you can imagine. Actually, where I live, we don't get enough snow to go tobogganing either. And even if we did get enough snow, I live in a place where it is so flat. We don't have any hills. I can think of one, but it's a road. So that would not be a good idea unless they wanted to close the road so everybody could go sliding. There's a man-made one in a park, which if we ever get snow, then that place will be packed because everybody's excited and it's the one place where you can actually go sliding. So yeah, it's been quite a few years since I've been sledding. So that is it for the red pieces. And then I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 popsicle sticks. And I'm not going to stain these until this is all put together because then I stain the entire thing. So while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I can cut my piece of twine to about 6 inches. First one I'm going to measure because I'm not good at judging. That is not long enough. It'll be fine for one, but the next one should know. So maybe about 8 inches. That would probably be better. So I'm gonna let that paint dry a bit more before I cut it, and then I'll be back. Actually, while I have the paint on my mat and I'm waiting for one set to dry, I'm just gonna paint, I think I'm gonna make 6 sleds. So that'd be 4, 8. So I need 24. Yeah, I'm gonna make 6. So I'll need 24 Popsicles painted red and 6 clothespins taken apart and painted red. Oops, crap. So I'm just gonna do those now, and then by the time they're all painted, frigadig, I keep dropping this popsicle stick in the paint. So that first set's already dry, but I'm still gonna go ahead so my paint doesn't dry up on me and paint 24 of these guys. So my last video, well, I guess it's not the last one, it's the one before, because I haven't posted the last one yet. Sorry if you can hear my cat meowing like crazy. I had issues with my last video. I had it edited, I had music added, and it's music I've used before, and I exported it, then I was uploading it to YouTube, and of course it doesn't tell you there's a problem until you've waited half an hour for the whole thing to get uploaded. Then it tells you that there's copyright issues. So you've waited all that time thinking, yay, it's done, and then you find out, okay, I can't post that now. So it was saying one of the songs, there was copyright issues, so I went back into my editing program, removed that song, because it was only saying it for one song, so I removed that one song, and then just duplicated the other ones that were in it that there were no issues with, added that back in, and did it again. Copyright issues. So an hour later, it was 2:30, going on 3 o'clock somewhere. I think it was like 2:40, 2:38 or something like that. And I was like, okay, I've had enough. Opened my editing software, removed all the music, exported it, and then I'm like, I'll upload that tomorrow. So that is why my video is silent, because I had enough. I was not fooling around with it anymore. And I actually thought I was going to get to bed at a decent hour. But I did not. And then, of course, again, I slept in this morning until going on 10 o'clock. I know, it's crazy. That's 2 mornings in a row now. Yesterday, it was almost 10 before I got out of bed, and today it was like a bit past 9:30. Like a little bit past. And I'm like, okay, I did not want to get out of bed, but I had to. I had to force myself to get out of bed. So I have too much to do. I don't have any presents wrapped yet. And I have let's see, this one is day, what did I say it was? Day 22. I have day 21 sitting over there drying, and then there's not much left to be done to finish it, and that one will be ready. This one I'll have finished today. I have day 24. I guess I could make it 23. It doesn't matter if it's day 23 or 24, but I was going to save it for day 24. I have that one started, and that one shouldn't take much more to finish it. And day 25, I know what I'm doing, but I don't have anything done to it, and I'm very nervous about making it because I want it to be beautiful, because it's going to be a special one. So I only have one day, which is day 23, that I do not have. Yeah, I have one day where I don't have anything planned or started. So that's not too bad, I guess, but, and my sister-in-law's not coming out until Christmas Day now instead of Christmas Eve. So that does give me more time to work on this, but like I said, I also don't have any Christmas wrapping done. My house needs to be cleaned. It really does. It's been neglected. Hold on, I gotta count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I need to go find 2 more. My husband comes in and steals my popsicle sticks. I gotta find 1 more. This one won't be enough. I still need to get more popsicle sticks though. So yeah, I have so much to do. I've made one kind of cookie. I only have, I didn't make a bunch of stuff. I just asked each person, what's one cookie you would like? And they're all really easy that they want, so that is awesome. I made one yesterday while I was waiting for, what was I doing? Oh, I think I was boiling some eggs for my lunch. So while I was waiting on that, I whipped up a cookie, because it was just basically, they're basically Rice Krispie squares, but you add crushed up Oreo cookies. I think they're called like cookies and cream treats. So that's one of my kids' favorite cookies for Christmas. And then the other one wants one that I've never made before, but when we were home in Newfoundland last year, his grandmother had this cookie that's called Avalanche made. None of the rest of us can even remember this cookie, but supposedly we all had some. But I can't remember it, and my daughter can't remember it. So, but I got the recipe from his grandmother, and I am going to make that one. First I had to message my stepmom and ask her, like, okay, supposedly Evan had this cookie and I'm describing it to her. I said, we can't remember it, so I have no idea what it's called, and she knew exactly what I was talking about. So she sent me the recipe. So I have that one to make, and basically that one seems, I don't know, like a version of a Rice Krispie square, but more complicated. Like, not complicated, just more to it than just a simple Rice Krispie square. It has, I don't remember the full recipe, but there's white chocolate and there's milk chocolate involved, and Rice Krispies and marshmallows. That's all I remember. And I can't remember how it goes. I haven't made them yet, obviously. And then he also wanted, my husband didn't care. He said whatever, because he'll eat all of it. He loves sweets. And he's not picky when it comes to sweets. So my son also requested just a regular basic chocolate chip cookie. But going to the store and buying Christie cookies is not going to cut it. So I have to make some. And I also have to not eat all the cookies that I make. That's the hard part. I enjoy baking. Not so much right now because I really don't have the time for it, but I don't mind baking at all. It's just if it's here, I'm going to eat it, and I don't want to eat it. So I tend not to make it. So then the temptation is not there. And yes, I'm rambling, but the more I talk, the less space I have to fill with music. And then I don't have to worry about getting copyright issues. Thankfully, it's not a strike against you for like YouTube, because I'd be in trouble. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I mean, obviously, if I used it before, I thought I could do it again. I don't know. Unless, because I had issues with it before, and I thought I had deleted the songs that were giving me issues, but maybe I missed one. And then when I deleted that and changed the songs and exported it again, I'm wondering if instead of uploading the new version, the one without the copyright, I'm wondering if I accidentally didn't upload that one to YouTube the second time, but uploaded the first one once again, and that's why I got the second copyright issue. Could very well have done that because it was in the wee hours and I was tired and frustrated. Either way, it wasn't fun. It's a lot of popsicle sticks. My son and I had fun yesterday. First, I can't really tell you. I guess I can. It's two of the things are ornaments for upcoming days that I have started. Well, actually, the one is yesterday's. I just don't have it edited and uploaded yet. So you will have seen it before you see this one. I made cornstarch clay, and it was so fun. Like, not the actual making the clay, but just playing with the clay. It felt so cool. It was a really nice feeling clay, like it was soft and silky, and it was fun. So then it made a lot more than I thought it would. Like, it didn't look like a lot when it was in a ball, but then when you start cutting it shapes that you want for ornaments, I was like, okay, I have way more than I need. So I called my son down. I'm like, do you want some dough to play with? Like, you can make something crazy if you want, or make your own ornaments. You can do whatever you want. So I started fooling around with the dough and had a great time. My kids are older now, so we don't usually have much, like, playtime together. I said, see, you can still have fun with your mom. Moments are few and far between. As they get older, they like to play video games on the computer and just hang out in their room. And I don't blame them. I was the exact same way when I was growing up. I didn't hang out with my parents. I was always in my room, and if I wasn't in my room, I was out or at my friend's house. If I was home, I was in my room. My mom used to always joke and say, "Can't ground you and send you to your room." She would have to make me stay in the living room if she wanted to ground me. Not that I was ever bad enough to deserve grounding. Of course not. Okay, now I need to find, oh, I still have to paint these, don't I? So I'm making, oh man. I painted enough popsicle sticks to make 6 sleds. I already have one made. So maybe I'm making 7 sleds because I painted enough sticks for it. And I already have clothespins done, so really I only need 4. Unless I'm going to make 7, it says 6 now. I'm just still going to do 6 because maybe I'll bugger up a stick and need another one. Oh my goodness. Why won't you come off? Oy. I have kept all of these. Like, because you remember I made the snowflake? Because I keep thinking something's going to come up and I'm going to find a use for these. I'm going to make something cool with them. I have no idea what, but I have not thrown them out. So I tried to find something that was easier to cut the popsicle sticks with. Like, the scissors are easy. It's not difficult to cut them, but especially if you're cutting a small piece, like if I was to try to cut a piece off of this, it would totally just, let me see if I can find the one that I was trying to do. No, that's not it. It just like completely like split in a whole bunch of spots. Must have thrown it out. So I was trying to find something that wouldn't do that. And my husband gave me these, which there's some sort of like plier snipper thing because they have a sharp edge. But this space is so small that really they're only good for taking the tips off the popsicle sticks. It's no good like if I need to cut in here somewhere. So I still have to use my scissors. And yeah, like I said, we don't need the bottom painted because it's going to be glued to a popsicle stick. I guess really if you don't want to, you don't have to paint the top, but some will be exposed because you can see it through there. So I'm just painting it to give it a more finished look. Because it's not that much effort. But I mean, you could decide you would rather have that wood looking, like just stain like that. It might be nice too. Your call, whether you choose to have it red or just do it with stain. Totally up to you. And if you decide you just want the whole sled stain and no red or whatever color, then you're saving yourself a lot more work. So I'm gonna need 4 for each one as well. I already have one done, so that's only 5 more sleds, so that's 20 popsicle sticks. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 of these and 2 of these, and that's our, what you call those, runners? Is that what they are? One's on the slide, or is that more of a snowmobile thing? Don't laugh at me. I don't know. Oh yeah, I guess some of them needed to be, oh friggity. Some do need to be painted on the bottom. But we can do that once they're put together, because then we can just lie it that way to dry. So I need 4. And we're going to cut, I'm just using my Tim Holtz Tonic Studio scissors, and I'll measure the first one, and then I just use that as a cutting guide. So we need 2 at 2 3/4, and we are going to have a curved end, so you can count. This one's a little wonky. You can measure from a curved end. So what did I say, 2 3/4? So 2 sticks will be that length. And then 2 will be, this one has a curve as well. That one has a big curve. And this is 3 1/4. 3 1/4. I'll try to angle it down, because if not, it'll like shoot across the room. If you want, you could just measure 1 and then line them up. See, that one started to split as I was cutting it. Yeah, the cutoff from the 2 3/4 popsicle stick is actually long enough, like if you're trying to conserve your sticks, the cutoff from that one is long enough to use as one of these pieces. So you would have to do your cutting and then your painting. Okay, so now we're going to take, probably end up needing 2. Oh my goodness. 2 of these red ones. And we need 3 pieces that are 1 5/8. And we don't want a curved edge. So you can just use your scissors to cut off the curved edge, but I'm going to use these. I'm going to find wooden pieces everywhere. So I'm measuring from the cut edge. And I said 1 5/8. So you can get 2 pieces from 1 stick. But you need the second stick for the third piece. Grr. Okay, keep getting interrupted, but it's okay. So we're going to take these 4 pieces that are plain, we're going to put the 2 longer pieces in the middle and the shorter ones on the outside, and we're going to line them up. I'm going to turn this sideways, I think it might be easier. We're going to take one of these red pieces. I forgot about the sides and painting them red. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll be covered with stain. Not breaking out the red paint again just for that. So just take a popsicle stick and butt that up against it when you're going to glue. So I'm going to take one of these. I'm putting hot glue on the back. And stick my finger in the hot glue. And making sure they're all lined up. Just going to plop that down. Just under the shortest one. And then another one will go on this end. And then I'm going to put glue on this. And stick that down and try to, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly butt up, but try to get it down as close as you can to the edge. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect because it won't be in the way of anything. I am going to have to get my red paint out though anyway. So I need to do the back of that. So then we are going to take one of these clothespins. And actually first I'm going to, like you notice the clothespin has bumps. So I'm just applying glue on those 3 raised areas. And I'm making this the front of my sled. And I'm going to stick that on the outside of the short one. Like that. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. And then I'm going to glue these on, which I need to paint the bottom of those after. So this I want, it pretty much lines up with the longer ones. You can have it sticking out further if you want, but I wanted there to be more on the back of the sled than the front. That's my cat banging my door. See, I find the stain makes a huge difference. Like, I look at this and I don't really care for it, but again, it's a matter of preference. Maybe you prefer it looking brighter, but I think adding the stain just does so much for it. I love this color of it. Okay, so now I do need to break out that red paint again. And I'm going to paint the bottom. Just going to paint any areas I miss that should be red. Piece of wood. And there was the ends, which doesn't really matter. But since I have it out, I'm going to do it. I think that's it. I'm going to put that one upside down to dry and move on to the next one. Four sticks. Maybe I'll just cut them all now. Probably make the construction a lot easier. So for each sled we have 2 tall. So I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16. So I want 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 8. And these are going to be cut at 2 3/4. There it goes. Bottom were those. That was the 2 3/4. So now we're going to do the 3 1/4. I'm going to try to get all this ready. So we need for each sled 2 of these and 2 of these. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. And these are already done. Okay, so and these are, so chip off the ends. Oh goodness, your job is supposed to be easier. plates. Crap. Don't want that one to go flying. So we need 3 for each sled. Maybe I'll take these 2 and divide them out. That one's longer. That one's longer. We need 3 of these for each for big sled. Okay, so I know I add this to everything, but come on, look at this. That's gonna be stinking cute. So I'm taking a piece of garland, I've trimmed it down because it is way too bushy otherwise. and 1 strand will give me 2. And then I'm going to add a bell, and that is it. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the other 7, and that is it for day, why do I keep forgetting what day it is? Day 22. Thank you. Bye.